Kirsty and Simon, each one will chime in, talking on their podcast, Stress Pub Rock and Roll.
Hi, welcome to Stress Pubs Rock and Roll. I think we're episode 7. I can't even remember what we're up to now.
Yeah, you're asking me. I have no idea.
No, I'm looking at you. I'm Simon.
I'm Kirsty.
Okay, and we've got another guest in the same studio, hot conservatory, whatever we want to call it.
Studio.
Let's say studio.
Studio sounds more profesh.
Yeah.
Welcome, Alex.
Thanks.
How you doing?
I'm good.
I'm excited to have guests. The last one was good.
Yeah.
No pressure.
No pressure, guys. It's fine.
I like it. It's like, hi.
It's like if someone else can talk. Like, yeah, we could get the guest in. They can do it.
Yeah, that's the plan. So we're just going to go away
And
for
just
about an hour and come back.
Yeah, you're on your own.
Brilliant.
You've got this. There's play and there's stop. There you go.
Awesome. Thanks, guys.
Good luck. See you in a bit.
See you later.
I should probably give because I always forget at the beginning, big shout out to our sponsor, Brixton Streetwear 1977. Check them out on Instagram, some really cool stuff. And just a reminder, obviously you're listening to this so you do know how to find us, but if you're listening on YouTube, we are on iTunes, we're on Castbox, and we're on Instagram as well. We've got an Instagram TV channel. Although I'm the only one who can log into it, so it's just
I can't log in at the moment.
ugly mug doing stupid videos at the moment.
It's just the Simon show.
Yeah, pretty much.
And I just like it. I just like. There you go.
You've had one view.
So it makes it look like someone likes us.
I just feel it's all the cool kids are on Instagram, man. We should be on Instagram.
I try, I can't log in.
Too old. It's a filter.
It's like denial.
I lied, I'm 12 apparently.
Well, I don't know if there isn't a cap though, is there?
No, there's not.
How
I'm
many
joking.
accounts you can have? Is there? Because I've got all the band ones and then my own, and then I was wondering maybe if it was because it was like, no, you've got too many Instagrams.
You've got too many personalities on Instagram right now.
Yeah, exactly.
Too many.
Rein it in.
Yeah, calm down.
I don't mean there's a limit.
Today I'm going to be this person. Tomorrow, I'm going to feel like I'm going to be this one today.
It is. But I think I've started liking my own posts. So I've started
That's incredible.
doing stuff from our Stress Pubs Rock and Roll account, and then it comes up on my newsfeed on my personal one, so I'll give that a like. If you do want to follow us, I mean, I'm sure you're really looking forward to it now.
Us with all of our 7 different personalities, it's going to be great.
Anyway,
Yeah,
I think we are SPRNR Podcast on Instagram.
And you will tell me how to log in later.
Oh yeah, I'll work it out. Thanks to everyone who listened to episode 6. We had the biggest week ever in the history of a couple of weeks on the podcast. No, it's been good. It's been getting bigger and bigger, and we've got a few more states ticked off in the US.
Did we?
Yeah.
Amazing.
Oh, I think how many states are there? 50, 52, 50 maybe.
It changes
every
year, doesn't it?
I think we're up to about 10 different states now.
Oh, sweet.
Oh, awesome.
Yeah,
that's really
Pretty good. We've got a good old spread. So, Alex, you're a singer
Yeah.
and a songwriter.
Yeah. In my head, I'm like, yes, you are. Yes. That's correct.
Wait, what am I doing?
Who am I talking about? Oh, myself. Yeah, why have you forgotten?
So we've got we always have a theme each week that we talk about. It's kind of a little bit loose this week. I think it's kind of songwriting,
Amazing.
kind of pop divas since you're on.
Like, you could give me diva. Awkward. I was literally, that ties in really nicely because I was going to say, you could give me a theme. My brain goes oh, what else? What can we sub-theme? And then I'm just going to start talking about really random things. And then you're going to be like, Alex, rein it in. She's never coming back. Too difficult.
You listen to the edit, you're not in it. I swear I was there.
I'm in this podcast, guys. Come check it out. Come and listen. Follow us. You're not in it. What?
I swear I said something funny. Never mind. So anyway, what's everyone been up to since kind of last time? Well, you weren't on it last time, but what have you been doing recently?
Also, I might not be on it this time either. We've got to see how it goes yet. I've got to tell something funny, otherwise I'm out. Not much. I've just been writing loads of stuff. I think this heat is taking its toll on my brain. So I'm just kind of...
Bloody hot.
sitting in front of the piano trying to like get the cogs working, like, come on, we can do this. But yeah, no, like, I'm just trying to think of any like carnage activities that my brain's like trying to hide.
Right?
Back in
recording
January,
and stuff.
back in January. So which was amazing and full of like ludicrous parties, which was like, I got thrown a like welcome back party because like I'd signed with this new manager. It was amazing. I met her in September, went back out in January to like meet her and get to work. So she was like, I landed and she phoned me like, right, you've got like 3 hours, go and get changed, get some like food, do whatever you want. I'll pick you up. You're gonna have like a welcome back party, like with all of like the team and everyone. Amazing.
Lovely.
I'd been on like a 13-hour flight and got really, really drunk very, very quickly. Fell over on concrete, like scars still on my knee, like my whole knee was just gone, like so embarrassing in front of everyone. And then I had to get someone to the first time ever order me an Uber because I couldn't I couldn't even see my phone. So embarrassing. So I was like, yeah, this is how like the English like to do it, guys, but we're normally way more classy than this. So I'm like sat on the grass for like 2 hours, like I can't move yet, guys. I'll move in a minute. So yeah, that was interesting. So now then, I don't think I'm ever allowed to like have a party over there again because I'm just a mess. I was like, I promise, let's do round 2. I'll show you that I can actually handle it much better. Like it was the jet lag. They're like,
Yeah.
You're just a mess. Okay.
It wasn't the same boot because it was a jet lag. Did you do any recording
Pressure.
when you were there?
Exactly, yeah. So I recorded 4 songs, which one is due out in a couple of weeks, which is awesome. And then, released the other 3 throughout the rest of the year. So it's exciting.
The 4 songs I've heard on
Yes,
your website.
yes.
They are cool. We're going to play you a bit of that later on.
Exciting.
Which is good.
Yeah.
Kirsty, what have you been doing? You've normally got random stories.
I'm so excited for this.
No pressure. If you haven't...
Build me up, don't build me up.
If you haven't dressed up as a
boring as
feline, it's fine.
Not this week. No, since we last it's been a while. So we did actually do a photo shoot with Danny Clifford, which I was supposed to tell you last time, but I totally forgot because I was like, what have I done? I don't know. But
It's almost like I don't ask you that question. It's always comes
yeah,
as a
I
surprise.
know. It's like a surprise
like
to me.
I've never
No, it
asked you at the
happens
beginning of a
every
podcast.
single
That was literally
time.
like me. Are you a singer-songwriter? Yeah, I think so. What do you mean you think so? Like, yeah.
Hang on a minute. Let me just
me
check.
think about
I
this.
need to read it on my phone. Hang on. Wait.
Yeah.
No, so we did a photo shoot courtesy of Danny Clifford. He took some time aside to take some photos of us in Marlow. He's sort of renowned rock and roll photographer.
Because he shot some
That's amazing.
some pretty
like
good
Bob,
people, right?
Bob Dylan, Eric Clapton, Rolling Stones. He's got like an exhibition coming up as well in February in Henley, actually, at the gallery behind the town hall.
Nice.
So it's his exhibition there, and then it's got stories that he's had from working with people and photographing people throughout the world and all sorts. He's really, really nice guy, really funny, and he came up with some cracking ideas. He was like, yeah, so I know we've done this today, but how about next time we'll just hire a boat, you dress up as sailors or something and just get drunk, and then we'll just be in the river and we'll get some dry ice. And we were like, oh, we're loving this. Like, I don't know where the budget's going to come from, but yeah, we're loving this. Absolutely
What was
loving
the-
this.
Just been upsold like another 25
Yeah,
grand
yeah.
photo shoot. Like, yeah, sounds amazing.
Yeah,
Don't worry
let's do
about
it. Let's go.
I'll write you a check now.
Clinging onto a building like King Kong.
We can all dress up as dinosaurs, go and hide in the woods and pretend it's Jurassic Park. This would be amazing.
I'm so up for it.
Epic.
That sounds
Do you know what? I
amazing.
want to do that. On my
That
next
sounds
day off,
amazing.
I'm just going to get a load of mates and then some of those... You know, you can get the big inflatable dinosaur costume.
Yeah.
Just going to run around in the woods up at Bracknell.
Is there any woods left in Bracknell?
Yeah.
They not chopped it all down yet.
Well, no, there's some left. There's enough for a hide as a dinosaur.
A little dinosaur hideout with your little arms.
I can't wait for the like local paper. It'll be like a dinosaur clan hanging around in the woods. Like,
That's amazing.
But yeah, I thought we were going to do like a really serious photo shoot. Just be like, yeah, just sit there, do this, da da. And then we were in a phone box, all of us, all 4 of us.
Nice, classic.
Like literally, it was just like, get your hand off my bum. I told you 3 times. Random stranger. No.
Should have let him finish his phone call before we all piled in. I had a weird gig the other day.
That doesn't
No, it
surprise
doesn't surprise
me.
you at all.
No.
I've always got stuff. I got booked to play this surprise 70th birthday for this woman, but you shouldn't surprise people when they're not really old.
No.
But
No, I know what you mean.
Do you know what I
It
mean?
could all end
her
up
name
really
was,
bad, couldn't it?
So her sister booked me, and her name was Jude. So I had to creep into her house with a guitar, and then just like,
Did she call the police?
and then start singing like "Hey Jude" at her.
Oh no.
I love how you like. I had to creep
in.
Like no one was there to just let you in.
Yeah.
You know, like it makes it sound like I just saw,
They'd
like,
locked all the doors and
crowbarred the window, like slithered through and like slid along the laminate flooring into the
Tried through the fan
lounge,
light with a guitar.
popped up from behind the telly.
And then I heard on the back of it they were missing some car keys and their car mysteriously went missing. But she did have a good time.
No, all right, maybe I didn't creep in. Someone let me in, but I was like, I don't really want to surprise this like old lady. Like,
Someone let you in, you just army crawled down the down the hallway.
Well, I mean, did she enjoy it?
Yeah.
she loved it.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah, it was just really weird. I felt really nervous about it.
Yeah.
I don't mind playing to loads of people, but that is like serenading someone.
And I guess because she didn't know, you're like, is she just going to stand up like, what are you doing in my house? Who are you? Get
Yeah,
out.
yeah. Like, is she going to
no,
freak
stop.
out? But yeah, no, it was fine. It was fine.
Yeah.
Her only comment was, "Oh, and he's got a beard." I feel like that was the great. he's
Yeah,
got
that
a
was
beard.
extra.
Yeah. I grew it on the way down.
Grew it on the way down. You owe me another 20 quid.
Been stuck in the fan light for 2 weeks.
I've been stuck in your
the spare
ceiling,
bedroom. I just having a time to shave.
Just waiting for the right moment to serenade you.
Yeah.
Oh my
The
God.
best thing happened as well. So turned out there was like neighbours and stuff there. So it was only a fairly small gathering. It was like 20 people-ish. So there was a couple, like her sister had booked me. So her sister was a little bit younger than her, about 65-ish. And then there was a couple of people in that like family, but only 2 or 3 in that kind of age range. And then at the other side of the garden where I was playing, there was like a table full of like 90-plus-year-olds who were all her neighbours, because she lived in this like road. It was like a bungalow.
Yeah.
And so I'm playing, and I'm like, I'm trying to keep it really like 50s and like anything like not too upbeat and not too loud, but and it was fun. Everyone was really enjoying it. Anyway, then this Jude said, "Oh, can I use your microphone? Just can I do a little bit of a speech?" She said, "I didn't know we were having a party, but I just want to say like thank you to everyone." So she starts talking, and I go and sit next to this husband and wife who are well in their 90s, like proper old.
Yeah.
And this lady starts to do the speech, and she said, "Oh, I feel really good, like being 70. I don't feel old at all."
Oh.
And then she said, "Oh, I was sexting my boyfriend earlier this morning."
Wow.
Like, kind of like,
Wow.
"Oh, okay."
Okay. Thanks for
And then
oversharing.
the best thing happened. Like the old guy I was sitting next to, who was like really proper old school, like gent, like looking after his wife. He leaned over and went, "You all right with this, dear?" Like, the
Are
content.
you okay?
Yeah. And she said the best thing ever. She went, "Shut up, I'm learning something." I did a gig last night. I haven't told you, have I? Oh, you maybe read it
No,
on.
but I saw your thing. You were at were you at
O'Neill's?
O'Neill's? Or was that?
Yeah, O'Neill's in Oxford. Really great gig. Like it's a real late one, so it's like 10 until like midnight. So every time I played there about 5 times. It's always been like kicking, because everyone's really pissed up, and it's always like Hindus and stuff.
Yeah.
So I was looking forward to it. I got there. I got 10 minutes from Oxford, given that it's like an hour away. Got 10 minutes, and I looked in my rearview mirror onto my back seat in my car, and I was like, I haven't brought my guitar. I didn't bring my guitar with me.
Oh no.
What's your name, Kirsty?
Yeah. I was like, oh shit, what am I going to do? And I was like, I might have a spare one in the boot, maybe, but like I had one.
Oh my god.
So then I immediately like looking for a lay-by to like park up, and I'm thinking, have I got like time to drive? I haven't really got time to like drive home. It's going to take me like best part of an hour to get home, and then an hour to get back. I'm going to be like late for my set, and so I pulled over, managed to find like a really rubbish guitar I had in the boot that I haven't even got it out of the case in like 4 years.
Oh crikey.
The battery was completely flat on it. There was no strap.
Yeah.
So I had to like fashion a strap out of like some
Carrier bag.
yeah, just some
I spent 5p on them, but they were worth it.
and to go and buy a battery, and then I didn't have a blooming capo either.
Oh my god.
Oh,
So I'm
no.
like, great, I don't even know if this guitar works. Like, I haven't plugged it in ages. I plugged the jack in, and it was all like wobbly. I was like, oh, that's not a good sign, because it's normally going to cut out. And then I was like, I've got no capo either. And most of my set, like a good 40% of my set is like, I've got a capo on the guitar somewhere to change the key.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I was mentally going, oh, well, I can't play that one, I could work that one out just about. So I was right old faff by the time I started. You know, it just completely throws you.
Yeah.
And then I got lost twice because I was like panicking
Thinking
in my
of other
head,
things.
like,
Yeah.
and I was just going through like, I don't know, even should I just ring up and cancel? Should I just I'm going to ring up and cancel? And I was like always going through my head.
Yeah.
Then I got completely lost. In the end, I got there, managed to get this blooming guitar working. Sounded alright actually. It's pretty good. But then, like 20 minutes into the gig, because I haven't played it in like 4 years,
Yeah.
the strings snapped.
are
Oh
breaking.
no.
Oh, actually, I did see your post.
So I had like an
about that.
hour and 40 minutes left of my set on like a 5 strings with no capo. It was a nightmare.
It's like, right, what
And
can we
yeah.
do?
Yeah.
Every song I tried to play, it was like there was an important note on the bit that was missing.
Yeah.
So I tried to do the my go like da, 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 da. The last 2 notes are on that last string. So I was like da, 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 da. I was like, okay, that's not working. I'm gonna have to improvise that somewhere else on the guitar.
I was like last night. One of the song choices in the set was "Give Me Some Loving," not the Blues Brothers version, the Spencer Davis group one. It's obviously recorded live as well, because when I charted it out, I was like, right, 18 bars, 14 bars, 12 bars. Right, this has no structure whatsoever. It's just whenever you feel like it.
Yeah.
And then obviously missing a really important part, a brass section, because it goes da 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 da.
Oh, yeah.
Da, ba,
Oh no.
da 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 da, like that, with like a full. And I was like, so we're just doing the da 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 da, and I was like, wait, this, oh god. So we had to sing it, and then I was like, I know, make everyone else try and sing it. That's better. Try and make the people in the
When in
crowd
doubt, get them to sing it.
And they were just standing there like they were just like, this is the wackest party ever. What are you doing? They were like da 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 da, like looking around, like really just not loving it.
Just like
And they're
clapping and looking around to see if anyone else is doing the
yeah,
same
like,
thing.
People
Like,
started walking away. And there was just 2 women left on the dance floor. Like, oh, we're hanging on. We're gonna hang on right at the end of the party. But suddenly, all these people were like on the dance floor. Where the hell have you lot been? I didn't even know that there's this many people here. Like,
we needed you earlier for the a cappella like brass section, guys. Like, where were you?
so weird.
I had another weird request this week. This is funny because this is
Oh, I'm so
completely
excited.
like, Kirsty's
I
like,
love
oh,
these.
you always have one. This is genuine.
Always.
I can show you my phone to prove this. I was away on holiday last week, so I didn't have much reception. I got a message on like Tuesday from this woman saying, can we move the thing on Thursday night to like Friday, because I'm not around like Thursday now. Didn't think I was playing a gig on Thursday. Like, I'm actually on holiday, so like,
Yeah.
so I just replied to that, and I'm like, because I'm constantly dealing with like quite a few bookings at once.
Yeah.
I'm not always the most organised, so I replied back saying, "Oh, can you just remind me like what the venue was and
Yeah.
and stuff, and
What the hell's going on?
Yeah, like, just
how
give me
long
some idea.
how long you want."
Oh no.
And anyway, we had exchanged about 2 or 3 messages, and it turns out like I was the wrong Simon Williams. She wanted me to do like boot camp, like personal training.
That would have been funny.
I would have loved that. Just rock up in your guitar, like start singing, and then she's there, like, okay.
And it came to like she was like, in the end she went, "What do you do?" And I was like, "I was singing guitar." She went, "Oh yeah, I think I might have the wrong person." I was like, "You definitely do, love."
That's
And,
incredible.
yeah,
It's
you're
like,
not going to get fit following my advice.
oh my god, you should have just gone down
I would have
there
done it.
with some trainers on
Yeah.
and a skateboard. Right, guys, today
But luckily she was in like Birmingham, so I had a good excuse to like can't do it anyway. But like it's a sort of thing.
Can't do it anyway, like he was considering it. Like, yeah, no worries, love, I'll just pop out there and do PT.
It's the sort of thing I would just do. 'Cause I'm like,
Yeah, right,
I'm
just
like-
awkwardly turn up.
Sorry, I love that. That'd be the apology, wouldn't it? I'm a singer guitarist. Oh, no worries, I was looking for PT. Oh, that's okay, you're in Birmingham anyway, so I wouldn't have been able to have helped you. Like, but okay, like...
I would no, but that's the thing. I'm the sort of person that will probably just go. Well, I've got a tracksuit. I could probably get away with
I could probably get away.
it. Just
do
YouTube
it.
boot camp ideas before I go.
It'll be fine. It'll be
Get a
fine.
whistle and shout at her for an hour.
Oh my god.
Just gonna get her to carry my guitar from one end of the park to the other.
They're like, yeah, they were like
Here's my speakers.
doing
Yeah. Yeah, there's a PA system.
Oh my god!
Do it quickly,
this is it. You have to
quickly.
lift the speakers onto the
Yeah.
pot and then back down again.
Yeah.
You've got to load in, set up within 50 minutes, and sound check, and then
Knees up. Jog. If you can jog while holding the speakers, but don't damage them, that'd be great.
don't drop the monitor.
Oh.
So we normally look at a bit of music news. I always try and filter it to like stuff that's kind of vaguely interesting.
Yeah.
You know the Kinks?
Aye.
So they split up. Now I didn't know too much about this, but speaking to someone the other day who is a big Kinks fan and actually met Ray Davies recently.
Did you?
Yeah.
I didn't. My friend did.
Oh, okay.
Tim, who we were talking about last week, went
Oh.
on a songwriting course with Ray Davies.
Oh, sweet.
Cool.
But Ray and his brother Dave were both in the Kinks, and they split up, and they've had like 20 years of hating each other, apparently, to the point where apparently Dave stamped on Ray's 50th birthday cake.
Oh wow.
I don't know. But they're getting back together. Everything's all right.
Are you sure? Are they sure?
I think they probably need the money.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
Is it like an Oasis one? Like, yeah, I think we're going to get
It's
back
a
together, and
reunion
then
tour.
like suddenly an album kicks off, and they're like, no, we're not getting back together anymore. Like,
No,
we've got the
freaking
money.
A lot of them do it. Pink Floyd got back together, didn't they? Those guys hated each other for years. Roger Waters and
Yeah,
Dave Gilmour didn't get on.
I
for
was going to
3
say
years.
that was.
That was what was it Live 8?
Oh, what the newer one they
Yeah,
did?
they got back together for that, didn't they?
Oh, I thought they were gigging just with Dave Gilmour anyway.
Well, they were, but I think that was the first time they were on stage together.
Oh, okay.
So vaguely interesting. Joe Jackson died,
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it's
which
just
is Michael
brought up.
Jackson's dad.
Yeah, it's just brought up all the controversies, hasn't
There's
it?
a whole
about
load
how
of
they
stuff in that.
Frickin' were mistreated and all of that stuff, and it's all kind of drawn it all up, hasn't it? And yeah, it's all very messy, isn't it?
That always happens when people die. But to be fair, I think it was a bit of a strange. I think it was a bit of a strange thing. Relationship, anyway.
It's issues, isn't it?
Yeah.
How freaking good though. Apart all that aside, how freaking good is that family at like music?
Oh god,
Just
yeah,
amazing.
hyper talented.
Yeah.
Every single one of them, just gifted, very talented,
Yeah.
like the whole thing. But that was literally due to them being. Obviously they were talented in the first place, but obviously he was very much the driver in that from when they were
Yeah, yeah,
very
yeah.
young age, like being like, no, gonna do it until you
It's
get
like
it right.
it's
Yeah.
like the Williams sisters, isn't it, with tennis?
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, right,
Yeah.
yeah. But they seem like pretty rounded, healthy-minded individuals. I don't think. Whereas, like, obviously the Jacksons are messed up beyond.
Yeah, they
like,
are.
aren't they? I mean, look at them all.
Yeah.
Serious issues going on there.
Oh, it's just harsh.
Michael Jackson was the first album I bought.
Was it?
I think so.
Which-
Bad was the first album I
Oh,
bought.
I feel
Because I must have been, I don't know when Bad came out, it must have been like late 80s?
87.
80, what, bang in the middle? Yeah, so I would have been like 8 when that came out, I think. Yeah, I would have been 8.
Yeah, I
That
remember.
was definitely the first album I had.
Well,
It's a corker of a first album, though.
That is.
yeah, it's a good album. Yeah.
They
But
are
I
good.
remember all the boys at school literally used to love Bad.
Bad was amazing. Like, so my cousin, who's a big influence on like my music, because he was like 2 years older than me, so he got me into like Michael Jackson and Bros. Cheers, Paul. But like I remember he went because he was like 10 when that tour was out, and he went for his birthday
Oh,
to
wow.
Wembley to see it. Anyway, maybe Cardiff, maybe Wembley. I think it was Wembley.
Right.
I was chatting to him recently, and he said he remembers that concert really well because Michael Jackson came in on a jetpack.
Yes, I remember this. Yeah.
Oh my god,
Came
I
in
remember
on
that.
a jetpack, or left the concert on a jetpack.
Yeah.
I think he came in on a jetpack.
Yeah,
Like
landed
flew
on
over the
stage.
crowd
I
and landed on
remember
the
Landed
stage.
in, yeah.
I was like, that. Imagine that being your first concert. That is
That's just
amazing.
incredible.
Oh my god.
It also makes me slightly nervous though. Like, he's not got a great track record with, like, flames, like...
like fire and
like,
pyrotechnics.
Yeah, like...
He did nearly burn his face off.
Yeah, like, should we be letting him... Like, as a manager, like, does someone not make that call, like, Michael, mate? Like, probably not the best idea.
Yeah, he probably just went, hey, just being ignorant. Don't do yourself. Fine. That's probably his idea. He bought one.
He just went, like, never told anyone, just bought it and just powered himself
Did you
off.
see that show? There was that show, wasn't there, where someone went to go and do an interview with him, and he was just like, yeah, I want that one and that one, and he just like bought like millions of pounds of stuff, like
That's
just in
amazing.
a day, like just literally pointed at a vase, like a Ming Dynasty vase or whatever, in his shop, and he was like, yeah, that one.
I
And
don't
then
think
just,
there was anyone around him saying don't do stuff.
Yeah,
Like it
they
doesn't.
were just like okay.
Yeah, okay, Michael, here you go.
There's clearly no one saying, do you know what, those kids maybe don't have a sleepover, or don't build a fun fair. Like if you've got, maybe don't build a
Yeah,
fun
just
fair in
don't-
your house.
yeah,
like
like-
it might come across as a bit
Bit
weird.
creepy, yeah.
Yeah,
I
like,
mean, they were just like, yeah, right, just do what you
Yeah,
want.
yeah, like...
yeah, maybe don't live with a monkey.
Oh, freaking hell, I forgot about that.
Bubbles.
Bubbles. Jeez Louise. Well, I blocked that out of my memory. Oh my God.
It was actually for, like, it was like the Neverland Ranch, isn't it?
Yeah.
He called it. Like, that was actually for sale a couple of... Was it last year? It went up for sale?
Doesn't
Yeah, I think
surprise
so.
me.
Because I was having a look, like, because they obviously had, like, people going in and
You
take
having a look while you were
pictures. I just had a look around. Because I was like, do you know what, Michael? If you can just go, I want that. I'm going to go and do the same. I might just buy a really creepy, like, ranch for fairy tales and...
Mr. Blobbyland's up for sale, isn't it?
Is that a thing?
Perhaps.
I didn't even know that
Bit
was
more
a
on
thing.
your like pay level, maybe.
Yeah,
Mr.
like-
Blobby Land. Do you even know what Mr. Blobby is?
I know what Mr. Blobby is, but I didn't know there was an actual land.
Yeah, apparently,
like,
yeah.
Is that a thing?
Yeah, it wasn't very successful.
No. When was that? Like 94, 96-ish?
That was like, so Noel Edmonds
Yeah.
is a bit like Michael Jackson in that no one tells him no. He just like
Does just crazy
just
stuff.
That's random
weird
stuff, yeah.
Like,
yeah.
Everyone's like, okay,
God.
no, cheers, mate. Like,
He was like, we're gonna have a theme park for Mr. Blobby, like, and just created it. It's weird. I don't know anybody who went.
I don't know either, but like I do remember when because the song came out, didn't it? So there was the song.
Yeah.
oh yeah.
We featured that on
Yeah,
one
we
of our
already talked
podcasts.
about
We
that,
did, didn't we? Right, so it was around the same time as that. And obviously it's just abandoned now, so it's just a creepy, abandoned Mr. Blobby theme park. And there's like Mr. Blobby's family and their house.
Jesus, as a family, that is scary.
It's got
really
a whole
scary.
family.
I do not want to be locked in there at
They're
night.
just like,
you know?
they're just living there, like, squatting.
Rocking backwards and forwards in the corner.
Waiting for someone to evict them. I know.
Waiting for the next score.
Yeah.
Blobby, Blobby, Blobby. Like that, just like...
Oh,
There was a really weird article. I don't know whether Damon Albarn just wanted some airtime, but he wrote this article about the fact that, you know, Kanye West did that song with Paul McCartney.
yeah.
He wrote a really weird article about the fact that Paul McCartney was trapped in some abusive kind of relationship with Kanye West.
Do you know what? But because I remember when it happened, and there was loads and loads of tweets about it. I don't know if people... I think some people said it originally, oh, who's Paul McCartney? He's very lucky to be working with Kanye
Yeah,
West.
I remember there was a couple
And-
of brilliant ones, like, oh, Kanye is going to make this Paul guy, really famous.
yeah.
I'm just like, oh,
But
dear.
like, and then
He's quite old to be given a recording contract, but fair play to the labels. Like, well done. Like, Kanye's going to really bring him to life, and it's like, oh, do you live under a rock? What kind of education did you
I just thought it was a
have?
weird... Having watched the video, it doesn't look very comfortable. I can see it, and Kanye West is weird as
But it's
hell.
probably, is
like-
it one of those like concept ones where like look uncomfortable? Like, what I found interesting was like the whole thing around he loves causing drama, right? The whole drama with Taylor Swift. Again, controversial, stealing her Grammy for best video because it was Beyonce that should have won it.
I don't know. I think he is nuts though.
Yeah,
He's proper bonkers. A car crash, and they make a load of money out of it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but, like any news is good news, even if it's you being cut out most of the time on the Brit Awards.
yeah.
Because your song is completely inappropriate for an audience of all ages who are going to be watching this show.
Yeah.
And to be broadcast live on television. Also, none of your song actually got broadcast because you're such a pleb that you couldn't understand that.
Having listened to the
Yeah,
song
exactly.
outside of that, though, that version was better.
What,
The one we couldn't hear.
the one we couldn't hear it.
Yeah.
My mum listened to it, right? And that's the worst pile I've ever seen. What is this? Not even a song, is it? Not even a song!
I love that.
I was sat there just like...
Okay, Mum,
All
okay.
right.
My mum was like that with Kendrick Lamar, like this year's Brit Awards, like we watched it, and it's always a thing, like all of the music awards, like Grammys, Brits, I'll like record them, just because if you record it and you don't watch it on catch up, like they'll cut out any like drama that happens. So like, and like Kendrick Lamar this time around, like smashing up a car, like on stage, my mum, oh my God, bless her, she was like, this is outrageous. Like they've probably paid him to do that, and they've just, what a waste of a car. Like they're smashing it up and around, and there's me trying to, like, it's artistic, mum. Like let's just try and defend it for a second. Come on, like you know, everyone has their like vision in their head of what they want to do. This is like if I just go and like walk up and smash a car at like Porsche, like no, yes, you'll probably get arrested. That's not the same thing. Like can we just kind of try and?
As I get older, though, I am more focused on the practicalities of stuff.
Yeah.
I would probably be watching that going, that's really wasteful.
Yeah, like
Imagine
Taylor
just doing
Swift's
that.
new song, right? She's in that kind of naked suit, like dancing around. No, not new song, but one of the recent
Yeah,
versions.
the-
No, if I did that out the front, like, I would quite rightly probably get arrested.
Well, this is what I was
Like,
saying.
do you know what I mean?
Imagine, like,
It's in a different context.
this is amazing.
doing your gig at like the local social club or whatever, driving your car through the wall, the back wall, to get it onto the stage. Just
I love it. I love it.
Like, you've just ruined the structural integrity of our building. And
I had to work really hard last night for like because my guitar was rubbish. I was very aware that I was trying to like pad in between songs to like I just need to get through to midnight.
Just like start beatboxing and like
Yeah.
expressive dancing. Like guess this one, like charades.
yeah, that's right.
Like I'm just trying to fill time. Yeah.
I think you've probably witnessed like me just going off piece. I'm not saying you witnessed anything funny, but I did it last night. So I started to get into this kind of like bit of banter thing. We had a hen do in, so I got them to like come up and sing a song and all that kind of stuff. And then I noticed this guy was sitting like off the right hand side of the stage, and it was this black guy, but he was wearing exactly the same check shirt that I was.
Oh yes, I saw the picture of this.
So I started off with, can we just have a big round of applause for this guy's fashion sense? Like, clearly, like the joke was that I was wearing the same thing as him, and that got a bit of a laugh. After the next song,
I love
I
this.
focused back in on this guy because he found it quite funny the first time. I should have just left it, but I didn't. Thing is, this is my stunt double. Like, obviously,
love
the joke
that.
is like,
You couldn't be further apart from like stunt
it's
doubles.
like anything like me. So near the end of my set, mate, we're gonna have some like pyrotechnics. I always finish it on like, and it's dangerous.
I'm gonna need you
So
to like stand.
Can you kind of step in? And again, he found that funny, so like I was playing a couple more songs, and then I was like,
You didn't go back again.
I think I went back for a third attempt at the comedy. And
You
that
just
was when I
wanted
got
him
the
to stand with you,
that was
didn't
when I
you?
got
That
the
was it.
picture.
Oh, that's amazing.
The third thing, I really needed a drink by that point. I just got this guy to fill in, basically. I just got this guy to stand on the stage while I went to the bar and get a drink. I was gone for like
That is
4 minutes.
brilliant.
And this guy was just standing there.
Did he say anything or do
No,
anything? He just stood there.
He did like do a little bit of a dance and everyone cheered, but like,
Oh, that is brilliant.
which is why when I came back, I got that selfie with him.
That is amazing.
Actually, he asked me. I came back and he was like, "Can I get a picture of you?" I was like, "Yeah, of course you can."
That's amazing. You're like, no, you're my stunt double. I don't want people thinking you're
Yeah,
me.
yeah.
Like,
we
can you
ruined the
behave?
magic.
I want to ruin the magic.
I think I just go in blind panic mode, so I'll just start over talking to like make myself feel better, and then I realise I'm talking at like 600 miles an hour, and everyone's like, "Is she about to have a breakdown? Like, or is she going to sing a song?" Like, so I'm like, so it's like sometimes, but then like again, you do something or say something to like make people laugh, and then they laugh, and then you're like, "Oh, well, I'm just going to take the mic then. I'm just going to start talking," and then you're like, it's really funny to you, and then people just look at you like, can you just sing? My friend Sabrina, who like we've gigged with you, Si, like a few times, like she'll have a real good chat with the audience, and like I get like the personable stuff from her, but yet the storytelling in the song from you, like, and it's just a really like funny dynamics. That's why whenever I gig with her, I'm like, you chat, I'll wait until you give me the cue. I'm just gonna start singing, it's fine. And she's like, okay, do you want to introduce yourself? Or like, and I'll just kind of glare at her, and I'm like, hi, I'm Alex, I'm gonna sing you a song. And I'm like staring at her like, just play the goddamn piano, please.
Sabrina's very good at that though.
She's
good
amazing
reading,
at
like, the audience and like,
Yeah.
having a bit of banter.
Whereas like knowing my luck, I start like picking on someone, like having a bit of bants, and then they like try and square up up to me. Like, I feel like that was that's what I feel like would happen.
What I quite like about this podcast is that we haven't kind of narrowed it down to like a particular genre. We've been quite open about like talking about different types of genre. Probably just because, let's be honest, we're not very good at like very, very current chant stuff.
No, well, I put my hand up to that.
That's my fault as well.
Going.
It's really nice to have you with us tonight.
Thanks for having me, guys.
You're
welcome.
So before I say what kind of genre I think you are, how would you pitch your music?
So I think this is really interesting because
I hate that question.
I hate the question too, only because like, and also what genres are you massively influenced by? Because I write a lot, and it can be anything from like country, soul-y, pop. I've always kind of said pop because it can be so broad, and I think especially now with like the introduction of like electronic like remixes and all of that good stuff, and like house and garage and everything, like it still kind of fell under the pop category in some ways because everything kind of got remixed into a big like abyss. Some of my songs now have like so many different influences. You've got a bit of country, you've got a bit like Motown, soul, like old school stuff, but then like 90s cheese and like fresh sounds as well, and things like I just like playing around with stuff to see if they fit some of the like effects and like runs and stuff that we have. Some of it's like taking old stuff and bringing it back. Some of it's kind of changing it a little bit to make it a bit more fresh, and some things we've just kind of made up and gone, actually that sounds alright, surprisingly, let's go with that. But I'm just chill, like I'll just go with kind of whatever.
That's kind of where I was, like, having listened to your stuff.
Yeah,
I think the thing is for me, so I've heard you numerous times piano and singing.
Yeah.
Before I'd heard the recorded stuff, and the recorded stuff is quite a bit different.
Yeah, definitely.
To that. Yeah. That sort of stuff. So it was nice. It was completely like, it didn't take me by surprise because I knew that there was going to be more production on it, but it was like.
But even really nice, even the sounds like my like first couple of songs, like so the first one I did was more country, and you can hear it, and in the production, like the guys that did it did an awesome job, and they're a country duo, so it had that kind of country twist to it, which was nice, and it sounded like that, and it wasn't kind of where I expected it to go, but I really loved the sound of it. And then the second one I wrote had a rap most of the way through, and I just kind of did the hook, and again that just naturally happened, and I was like, yeah, this is amazing, let's do that. And then I've kind of got here, and I'm like, okay, let's kind of go back and revisit like the 90s R&B kind of scene and make it fresh, and it's just that kind of, yeah, let's see what happens. And I think what's nice about like these four in particular, you've got such a eclectic mix of like, you've got more of a like kind of heartbreak chill song, you've got like a kind of drum and bassy dance song, and it just kind of goes through different motions, which I think is cool. So yeah, just dynamic genre, if there is such a thing.
Yeah, no, it's cool. Well, you know, naturally everyone's going to take like all your different stuff. You know, I think musicians in general, as a population, listen to a vast, wide majority, more than probably the general public. Yeah, I would say. I wouldn't want to say like, oh, I'm like at school. You know, like when you're at school, you were like, I don't know if it was just the same when you were at school, but everyone was like, you're a metaler. You're a metaler, or you're you're into
what do you like, and that's it.
Else.
Yeah,
and if you listen to any other music, then you're not in our group anymore.
Yeah,
I think that's like crap. Like, you know, if I look through my kind of like music collection, there's like really, really cheesy like 80s or 90s or even 70s kind of pop music. Yeah. And there's some really like fairly extreme kind of heavy metal stuff that is quite hard to listen to. Yeah. There's no way you can marry those stuff together. So yeah, you've just absorbed all the stuff.
100, and I think that's like so true as well. Like I love a bit of everything. Like, and I studied music, and we had to love everything we studied because we were studying it like to the second and to the note, and to understand all the stuff behind it. And it is kind of get on board with it, or you're gonna have to love to hate it. And naturally, like through that, like opened me up to like so many different things. And I've always like you, like grown up listening to everything, like could dip in and out of all sorts of genres and be quite happy. And I think that's what's nice, that you can then bring that in, because I think if you are so like, this is the genre I'm in and that's it, there's no movement, you're going to get left behind, because things change so much, like with the industry and like the genres, that they always go on to something slightly different and like change as the years go on. And I think what's nice is you listen to so many different things, and you're like, actually I could use that in this, and I could pull that, and it just kind of opens you up to so many new ideas that it just keeps you kind of the ball rolling, and there's always fresh stuff, rather than like, oh, you know, this band's going to write another album with the same 4 chords they've wrote the last 4 albums on, and how many times can you change 4 chords? Like,
well, this goes back to what we were talking about last time, is the role of producer in that, right? Because while that is absolutely true, and I think we all like to think we're not going to pigeonhole ourselves. And I say that. People ask me, like, oh, what kind of stuff do you play? I'm like, oh, a bit of everything, really.
Yeah.
I was like, no, if you boil it down, you are in a genre. Like, other people listen to me will go, oh, he sounds like this, or he's that.
You have your core, don't you?
And I think the danger is when you go into a recording studio, if you are too broad and you're trying to be like country, especially if we're doing an EP, like you've just recorded like 4 tracks, right?
Yeah.
If they were completely different,
oh
like,
yeah,
it
it's
doesn't
like
hang
what?
together. It's like, who is Alex, like as an artist? Like, you need to have, and that's where the role of the producer comes in, to go, okay, these are all your influences. Yeah, I'm going to blend them into this,
and then you can have a nice transition into like a journey. Yeah,
your merge of a load of stuff. Should we listen to one of your tracks?
Yeah.
So I'm going to play. I'm going to play "Feel It." Is that that all right?
Yeah.
Cool. So let's play that, and then we'll come back and listen to it.
Awesome.
And talk about it afterwards.
Chasing highs on paper planes. Feelings overrated, so they say. Hiding out from the rain, spilling glasses of champagne. Raise my hands up high, bathing in the moonlight. No, I'll be alright. Just give me one more night. One more night. Love me like you mean it. One more night. Give me what I'm needing. Come on, make me feel it. 'Cause you're running out of time. Got me tripping in my mind. One more night. Give me what I'm needing. Come on, make me feel it. Broken bottles and promises. Games we play make me intoxicated. Why you making me wait? Don't let this feeling fade to gray. Raise my hands up high, bathing in the moonlight. No, I'll be alright. Just give me one more night. One more night. Love me like you mean it. One more night. Give me what I'm needing. Come on, make me feel it. 'Cause you're running out of time. Got me tripping in my mind. One more night. Come on, make me feel it. One more night. One more night.
So I heard loads of 90s stuff in that.
Yeah.
In fact, I'd say 90s. I immediately heard 5 Star, which is 80s. Mm-hmm. In just it was really summery, man. Love it.
I was like, I think that's the vibe like I get from it 100% is like summer.
I could be. I don't want to do this a disservice, but like, it's kind of like I'm having a barbecue. I'm going to put it on. It's or I could sit on a beach. Mm-hmm. I'm on a pedalo. It's so versatile, man. Works on all kinds of transport. I'm not sure about buses. I'm not sure it's some kind of bus.
I'm not sure.
Kind of song.
Not sure.
Buses are a bit slow and stuff.
And sweaty.
Miserable. It doesn't really fit the Like, I get pretty miserable if I'm on a bus.
Yeah, me too.
What's the name? Corinne Bailey Rae-esque.
Yeah.
You know, that's
really nice, yeah.
Just chilled kind of vibe. Also, I was getting I don't know who it's by, but it's that song that goes do-do-do-dum.
Yeah.
Do-do-do-do-do-dum. That one. Mm-hmm.
Is it Mariah? Is that she has a sample of that? I don't know if that's her.
But it's kind of the girl group.
Oh no, she's
thing,
got the
isn't it?
the
harmony, like the way that the harmonies work all together as that blended 3-4 part.
Yeah.
Which like you don't really get that at the moment. They kind of all just have one bit.
And then they come together and just sing the kind of the same thing.
Yeah, and then they do like a unison and maybe a third or something like that. But like back in the day, they used to have very, very...
The harmonies are slick, right?
Yeah,
like,
exactly.
so slick.
It makes it more pleasant on the ear.
I think interestingly, that's the kind of approach I took, was like, I want people to kind of feel a bit nostalgic when they listen to it. Like, oh, I remember those days. Like, I remember those tunes that I used to listen to that were like 90s. Like, this is where I was, this is what I did. Like, this is a feel-good, like, summer song. And like, I loved that. And like, growing up, like, that was a massive influence for me. So like, I was like, oh yeah, like, to feel that again, like, is awesome. Like you say, like, when you turn it on, you're like, I could just like top down in the car driving, like, wind in my hair, this is good. But like, at the same time, because I just like a bit of like weird and wonderful things in my brain, I want them to sound like that. But then at the same time, like, the story it tells could be dark or like not as happy. So like, some of the like other, like, some of the songs, like, and that one as well, like, the actual like story isn't like, you know, this is amazing, like, fairy tale kind of thing. It's like, it's not at all, like, and it's just that kind of, that balance of, oh yeah, it sounds great, and then you actually listen to it and you're like, ooh, sassy, like, okay.
Yeah, see, I'm a bit out of my comfort zone on kind of pop music, because I don't write that type of stuff, and with most pop music, I don't listen to the words as much, and because I'm immediately like, in the
zone,
in the vibe, and so it's only like the third or fourth time I listen to a song that I start to sort of like, okay, I know the vibe now. I'm not listening to so much of the what's going on in the background. Yeah. I start to listen to the words, and I definitely did that with yours. Like, I had about, you know, every couple of hours I was listening to bits, and I was trying to work out as well which songs should we use for like. So I started listening to like how the song was structured, and yeah, you're right. Like, I didn't realise for the first 3 or 4 listens that some of the songs are actually not that upbeat.
Yeah, like the stories behind it, right? Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Which is interesting. What I also like about it, and I don't mean this to be again a bad thing, you can take various different bits out of the song, and it still kind of works as a song. So, for example, even before you come in, it's got some clicks, and you know, I'm like,
I'm grooving to this.
Kind of into that. I could listen to that even if it was an instrumental for 2 or 3 minutes, and that's kind of cool. And then when you're singing, you could drop stuff out. And just have, as long as you had just a slight beat in the background, if it was just kind of a cappella, how do you go about writing like a pop song? Because I write all my stuff on acoustic guitar. It would sound nothing like.
So interestingly, like, for me it's like 2 parts. So the first part is like, a lot better now, but I used to just write, so like words, lyrics, anything, like write, because I could never play anything. So like, I knew what the melody I wanted it to be like, but I just couldn't put anything to it, which was really frustrating. But I'm getting a lot better now in terms of piano, so I can like actually put chords to stuff and then make it what I want it to be. But interestingly, when I was writing in the studio, completely different. So like, I would pitch in with the like, this is what I want, these are the kind of sounds I want, and then we'd make the beat, and then I have to come up with a melody line and like write around that. And I was completely out of my depth because I just never had written like that in my life. So I was like, oh, but I feel a bit like boxed in. Like, can you just let me be free and like be a bit of a hippie here and just go and be a bit crazy? But it kind of gives me that structure of, no, like, you can't afford to go off and do all your crazy shit because you're like, you have to do it. Like, you just can't afford to go crazy.
With that type of way of working, not problem, but, well, no, it is a problem, in that studio time is really expensive.
Yeah, 100%.
I'm like, fanning around on the guitar,
exactly.
It doesn't cost me anything.
Exactly, like
whenever I've paid to go in a studio, we go in for a day and we record a song and we have it pretty much nailed. There's not much writing on the spot.
I write without music, and now more so, like, I'm starting to, like, I'll write stuff, but I'll have a melody and I'll put chords to it straight away so I can't lose my, like, thought pattern or process. But in the studio, it was very much, what was great is when you write a lot on your own, and I don't know if you've, like, guys have ever found this, but I tend to write either, like, I'll have a day where I'll write something and I'm like, yeah, I'm going to write again tomorrow. Then I, like, write something that sounds the same, and I'm like, no, this can't happen. Or I'll start writing just choruses, like just hooks or just verses, and I'm like, dude, like, I can't, yeah. So I just end up with like loads of bits of paper everywhere, or like paragraphs of just this, like, these are all verses. I need a chorus, like, somewhere, brain, please, like. So it was good, like, it kind of makes you more structured and, like, more disciplined in terms of, like, this is it. You can go, and then you find your kind of ways of, oh, well, amazing, I can go off really creatively and do this for the hook, or, like, the verses, we can do this. And then you start to get into the real detail of it, which is what I love. But yeah, it definitely gives you that discipline. And now I love it, because I'm like, oh, okay, give me a beat, let me go and write something, let me go and do something with it.
So I generally write all my songs on my own. I don't really write with other people, but our backing singer was helping me write stuff. weirdly, a lot of the stuff we came up with together, like she'd come up with a part and I wouldn't end up using it, but it would give me a trigger to go,
Yeah.
and go, oh, I like that, but
Yeah.
I don't like the way we've
Actually, yeah, if I
done
tweak
it,
this is
so I'm
exactly
gonna-
how
I'm
I
gonna
wanted it.
borrow that, and I'm going to change it into how I would.
Yeah.
I would do that line, but like just having that inspiration to bounce stuff off other people,
Yeah.
I think is really good, and that's what I'm struggling with at the moment.
I
Write
love
in
it.
different
Like,
ways.
I honestly, I was so like, I love this. I love writing on my own. I love doing it. It's like, and I was very precious of like the stigma around like all these pop groups just get their songs written for them. They don't have input. Like that makes me really mad. I'm like a real control freak, and I'm like, no, I'm gonna write everything myself. And then I was like, dude, like park your pride for a second. Like you're actually missing out on all of these like amazing opportunities. So I started writing with people, and then you just come up with so many awesome things that, and actually it just kind of unlocks another part of your brain, so that when you do go off and write on your own, you just have these other like interesting things and like melody like runs or something that you never would have like thought about.
Someone, one of the listeners to this I was chatting to the other day, Ryan, and he was talking to me about bands who, before they go in to record the new albums, I think he was saying like the 11 songs in 11 hour challenge.
Oh my gosh.
Like,
Right.
so bands will give themselves well, it's not that complicated, I think you can probably work out what it involves. But yeah, you basically got to write a song every hour for like 11 hours. And it's just to get you in that kind of studio mentality. You've got to be on it and
It's really
thinking
hard.
new ideas and stuff like that.
It's crazy.
You come into a studio sluggish and you haven't got that kind of creative juices. Because in 11 hours, you're probably not going to write more than one song that maybe will end up on the album.
Yeah.
But the point being that you might write one song, or if nothing else, you're just getting in that more that rapid fire kind of. It's like revision practice, isn't it? Or
100%.
interview practice. It's like you're getting warmed up for when you go in.
Yeah, you have to change your mindset when it comes to writing. Definitely. When I start writing something and I'm not motivated, I'll sit there and I'll like play a few chords and they'll be like, blah blah, I hate my life, go away. And then I like throw the guitar. And then I'm like, right, we're done songwriting for today.
Yeah, try again tomorrow.
Make a cup of tea.
But it's true, like it can drive you like insane sometimes. Like, so I like did a bit like that challenge. Like there was one going like around social media, like write a song every day for like a certain amount of days, and it got like halfway through and I was just writing rubbish, like just almost like how my day had gone. Well, I've done this and like la la la, and I was just like, no one cares about this. Like, stop it. But it got me into this like real kind of feeling of, if you don't feel it, scrap it, start again. Doesn't matter. Like, I'll never throw it away, but I'll just put it on the back burner. Like, I remember like I just write random things, but I think the biggest problem I have is it takes my brain like a good hour to kind of kick into the actual good stuff. So I'll sit there writing, and I always do it. I'll write at like 9 o'clock, and I know I'm going to stop around 10. I'll wake up at 1 in the morning. Oh, that's a really good line, and I start writing it on my phone, and then I can't sleep.
So-
Sometimes like I'll sit there and write, and like when you write with other people as well, you find like the concepts are all different, which is what I love. And it's like I normally say to people when I've been writing, like, you just write. People could offer you something like, this is amazing, and you're like, actually that's not where I wanted to go with it at all. But it's never a bad thing. Like, you can leave it and you might find something else that you're like, actually that's where it fits and I love it. And I think that's the biggest thing for me. I'm such a like, I want to please everyone, that I'm like, oh yeah, that's amazing, and then I'm like sat there going, actually I don't think I want any of this. Like,
I think the hardest thing for creative people is throwing stuff away.
yeah,
Like,
100%.
like,
And I think
it's-
that's the hardest thing. Like, if you think of like the concept of like someone coming up with that, like I learnt the hard way. Like, I poured like blood, sweat and tears into a song that I wrote, and it was like everything, and I was so precious about it, and it was like, that is it, that is not being changed, this is what you're getting. And I like showed it to like the producer, and I was like, this is what I'm gonna do, and sang it, and melodically it was great and whatever, and then they were like, the words just don't make sense, and I'm like, no, I don't care, they do to me. Like, this is what it's about. And they're like, no, it doesn't make sense.
This is my theory. Different genres have more scope for like being really personal. So I think with pop music, it needs to be fairly middle of the road, relatable circumstances. Like, that's why most of them are about
Love, heartbreak,
love or
you know,
breakups or
yeah.
probably 5 or 6 core themes,
Yeah.
but they're all fairly relatable. Folk music, they go way into like describing stuff that's not needed.
It's the thing with folk, I think you have differences in folk. You either have like the folk where it's the vulnerability side of things,
Yeah.
where it's heart on the sleeve, I'm just going to pour my soul open.
Yeah.
And then you have
It's almost like over descriptive, isn't it? Because it's like the fairy tale,
Yeah.
and they want to like bring you on these like,
legendary little tales about
Yeah.
such and such, like
But the problem with folk music sometimes is that songs have a tendency to be about 8 minutes
really long.
and they're always about an old churchyard in the 1700s and about something, spiritual kind of like something that happened, and it's like people just switch off, like they're not
Yeah.
it's not relatable, like people just want, like
Yeah, unless you're
Yeah.
really, really, really into folk.
yeah folk
Yeah.
circles and that, people go and they sort of come together and that kind of stuff. Country tends to be, country is very specific, like there's no boundaries to how cheesy you can go with
See,
country.
I would disagree with that. I'd say
Right.
like modern country now is very, very different to classic country.
Yeah.
And like my favourite quote I've ever seen is like when like how modern we're becoming in technology and stuff. Like there's going to be a country song about like a driverless car, like a driverless truck that basically broke someone's heart because it's like they got up and left him kind of thing. Like the
Yeah.
truckload.
Now I've just got like feeling like an Uber.
But yeah, like
Countries are like
I
that
think
though, aren't
I
they?
think they are like it's like dirt track road, like truck, like
Like down the lake, aren't they?
yeah,
They're
there's a
always
lake.
drinking whiskey or moonshine.
Whiskey, yeah,
something.
whiskey or moonshine, and
It's like,
heartbreak.
Go see
Yeah.
my girl. I was driving in my truck
Yeah.
one night and went down to the lake. This is going to be good. What is going to happen?
This is gonna be great. Like,
There's so
yeah.
there's like in kind of rock songs, there's a little bit of mistake. Like you can listen to a rock song a few times and there's a deeper meaning. To
Yeah.
some, not some rock songs are just like about wizards and all that kind of stuff. Yeah,
Those are my favourite.
But country, like there's no subtext to it. They say exactly what
Yeah,
it is.
but again, I think that's like I love it, and it's kind of like it's almost where it like blends with folk and like how everything's evolved because they're so descriptive. Like, but it's almost this weird hybrid of they're so descriptive, but they tell the story so you're there and you can actually visualize it.
I love country, and then occasionally I delve into the genre. There'll be something that comes on, and I go,
Wow,
"Too
nope.
far."
Yeah, that's enough.
It's like that joke thing we were talking about earlier, when you just say something and everyone goes,
It's like,
"Oh,
yeah, that's hit a line.
There's one too many,
Yeah.
like, and also within a genre, like I really like grunge music, but there's bands that I'm not a massive fan
Yeah.
of. Soundgarden, really. I like Chris Cornell. I love Chris Cornell. I don't really like Soundgarden that much. Within country, I like a really big Garth Brooks fan. I really like that stuff. There's some really like older country stuff I like, and there's stuff I absolutely hate.
Yeah.
Like you can't say like singer-songwriter stuff. There's some really, really good singer-songwriters I like, and then people assume because I play guitar and sing, they always talk to me about Ed Sheeran.
Yeah, because they assume that
Yeah.
It's like, well,
that's
Yeah.
one of your influences and that you really like that.
Yeah, it's like but he sounds, and then they can't get it when I go, I don't like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, but you like this one.
Yeah.
Yeah, but
Yeah, but
it's-
they're not the same.
For whatever, I can't tell you why I don't like it. It just it either grabs you or it doesn't.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely.
And yeah, it's bizarre, isn't it?
And it's also interesting as well, like similarly when bands go and do something completely different. So like the example I always use to my friends is like Paramore. Like I love Paramore and really, really like them. And then like they've come out kind of new age and adapted to like the sound that's being like bought at the moment, whether that's
Yeah,
through,
yeah,
you know,
they've
like
got really
direction
80s,
or
haven't they?
like, you know, whatever. And it's like, it's all this like funky kind of like synthy stuff as well. And you're like, oh, I like this. This is fresh. This is new. Because it's kind of recycled and changed like, but like, changed a little bit to like how modern day is, and again like fans are kicking off like, well, that's not their sound, and rah. It's like, well, they never came out like, guys, this is the only thing we're going to do, by the way, so
Well,
these are the
that's
only
it, isn't
albums
it?
we can make. Like,
You've got to develop musically throughout your career, otherwise you know, it's like what we were saying earlier, you just become stagnant and you never grow and you never become anything more than you were.
yeah,
Paramore met at high school. They started writing songs that they liked to play. People liked them. They got famous. Like they didn't ask people at that point.
Yeah.
Like, what do you think we should
do?
Like they just played stuff.
yeah,
Exactly.
Like, you know, you shouldn't ask people's opinion all the time. Like, you'd never have Paul Simon Graceland. You know, that's completely different.
Oh god, yeah.
So, like, and the next album, everyone wanted Graceland 2.
Another one
And
exactly
he
the
did
same.
something completely
Yeah.
different, and it was hardly sold anything, and he got dropped from his label. I think it got dropped from his label, but it definitely it caused a load. But it's like it's up to him. He's writing music that he wants to write, and he's been at the time.
Well, that's because he was heavily influenced, wasn't he? When he went to Africa, didn't he?
Yeah.
And he stayed there, and then he got influenced by the music that he was surrounded by then. But like, I think a lot of people actually forget that when people write music and create music, like, I know this sounds really selfish, but it's not for you. It's,
And it's also not. It's not.
Person.
You shouldn't ever write music for anyone
No,
else.
and it shouldn't be like I'm writing this to tick a box for this genre.
That's
like
exactly it.
no, I'm writing this, and if you like it, come on board. If you don't, then you'll find something that you do like. That's fine.
Yeah,
Like,
that's exactly it. The monetary side of everything is if you're actually doing it for the music. Obviously, there are exceptions, but like that is just something that's later on, and something that is sort of like, oh well, maybe if it makes any money or if people like it.
yeah, it's like it's a byproduct.
Yeah,
Like,
because it
like-
takes away from the actual music.
Yeah, it takes away from it gives you an objective to try and hit when you're doing stuff. It needs to sell this amount, therefore it needs to have this, and this in it. Now, the money can be helpful
Yeah,
because you can have
definitely.
bigger production, you can work with better people and different musicians.
Yeah.
and, you know, and you can frankly spend like 6 months in a studio and then to do
Just
10
appear,
songs. You
yeah.
know what I mean? Like you
Yeah.
just wouldn't have that sort of cash to do it. So it
Yeah.
can be really helpful, but it
Yeah.
can also be a massive
Yeah.
hindrance.
That's
Like how
the
many
thing.
bands have the best album, like the first album?
Well,
Yeah.
exactly.
Like,
yeah,
do you know what I mean?
you've got to start somewhere, and it's all about your development and your journey.
I'm going to play you a quick song by my friend's band, if that's all right.
Yeah.
cool.
So we talked about them the other week. It was my mate's band at school,
Yes.
and we tried to fit this into last week's podcast because it was
Yeah.
about production and stuff. But it kind of fits all right in that it's the sort of journey. So I went to school with this guy. He was in like at the time it was I think we were playing mostly grunge covers and stuff like that. This new band he's in, I think he lives in Norway now. I said
Okay.
this last time I should have checked.
Yeah.
Norway or Sweden. Anyway, he lives abroad. And I just stumbled across his new band because I'm friends with him on Facebook and stuff. But I haven't seen Stuart in 25 years or whatever. I listened to his new band. They're really different. It's kind of like surfer, kind of like rock pop stuff.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
But I'm just digging it. Like I hear loads of bands. I listen to my own stuff as well, and I go, oh god, not really into that. So I don't necessarily just like it because I know the guy.
Yeah.
I generally actually thought, this is pretty fun. This kind of got me. So we tried to play it last week. I'm going to play this now, and then we're going to get into a little game,
Yes.
if that's all right.
Yeah.
Because we played this last time and I got 1 point. No, I got 1 point, I think. No, I got no points. You beat me on 1 point.
I got 1 point.
that was the winning score.
So good at this
So
game.
anyway, I'm gonna play this song and then we'll transition into that. This is Beats City Tubeworks. So check them out. I think they're on. They actually are. They're on iTunes and stuff like that. And it's a song called Tourist.
Awesome.
Alright. Well, standard time always much too low. He watches her as he watches glow, lighting up the bar with his shaking lighter. The big seal is quite a decent
I really like that song.
It's actually, I listened to it because the first time we listened to it and it was a bit of a... all I could hear was guitar and nothing else. And I was like...
They're fun, man. There's a lot of stuff going on in that song, and they've blended it together pretty well.
Yeah.
I know, I just, the fact that it just goes into like a guitar solo just for no, the song should be ended and he's going, no, I'm going to go for one.
It's definitely got a punk influence.
Yeah, it's
hasn't
cool.
it?
It just made me smile. It's like going back to that thing.
Yeah.
I don't know why I like something sometimes. It just
it just happens.
I like it.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was actually really weird when you played it because the day of that we first actually tried to play it, I was talking to Mark and we were talking about old bands and stuff like that. And one of them that I mentioned was this band called Gas Huffer, right? Surfer punk rock. And it kind of reminded me of that kind of thing. I was like, that's really weird that we should be talking about that.
The word surfer and stoner rock kind of stuff came into my head. Like,
kind of like just
kinda
that,
like
clangy guitar sound, isn't it?
I know what you mean.
Like,
it's not that overdriven.
it's one of the sounds that I always really wanted to achieve on my guitar, but I could never understand how to make it happen, and I was always a bit disappointed.
Yeah, it's difficult to nail that.
Yeah.
It's been a lot of fun tonight.
It has. Yeah. Thanks for having me.
Stuff as well. We learned about Christmas.
Learn all sorts of stuff. The basic human facts that you should know as a human being. Like, I've learnt those tonight. It's only
let that go.
No, it's only taken 22 years, guys, but we're getting there. We're getting somewhere. Great. Oh, my parents will be so proud.
We'll get there eventually.
Yeah.
So if you've liked Alex's stuff, if you're on Facebook, it's Si and Kirsty Podcast,
Right.
because it was way shorter than doing Stress Pubs and Rock and Roll. We kind of like that as a pun and a nice name for a podcast, but it's like, as I've been building like our social media stuff, it's a pain in the arse. Way too long.
Love it. Love it.
So yeah, check us out on Si and Kirsty Podcast, and we'll post a link to your website. It's not even out yet. You haven't even.
It's not even
kind of
out
released-
yet.
it's
I
kind
know.
of out on the World Wide Web, right?
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
someone's probably made a bootleg of it and made a lot of money off it.
Yeah, probably.
Bloody hell. Already.
But you can.
There's
listen
probably
to it.
people doing the circuit, like playing all my songs. I haven't even played them yet.
My set.
That's what you did last night.
Yeah.
You didn't have a guitar, so we just put my instrumentals in and started like riffing my songs. Like, this would be great. She doesn't know about Christmas. She doesn't get to sing these
Exactly.
songs.
I looked for the copyright symbol on the website. I couldn't see it. So just cracked on.
And if you did, you just put something over it so no one can see it anyway.
Oh my god.
So yeah, we'll post links to that, and we'll play another one of your songs on the lead out to the
Yeah,
show. Is
sure.
that right?
Cool.
So we played a game, I don't know, like 2 or 3 podcasts ago, and it was a fun game for us. I don't know if anyone else found it fun, but I found it fun. But we were rubbish at it.
Yeah.
Well, the scores were rubbish. I think we were quite close with some of the.
Yeah,
some of the
I think
things.
we were close within the dates, like within a couple of years. I think they're pretty, weren't they?
So the idea is we pick a song. We were talking about songs on that particular podcast, and you just got to guess the year that they came out. Kirsty, do you want to start?
Oh yeah.
So obviously, if the person whose song it is can't guess.
No, but
Yeah,
you
no.
two take a guess. And
Yeah,
then,
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay, so
I don't feel like I had to point that out, but I did anyway.
Boston Pulse. Right, so
He's going to reiterate it to me in a minute because he'll know that I'll try and guess my own stuff.
by the way. Okay, so my first song that I chose was "Are You Gonna Be My Girl" by Jet.
Oh.
See, actually, last time we did this game, I could like talk out loud my reasoning for it, but it's going to give other people a clue. Other people, you.
I mean, I haven't really got a clue about anything, have I? So.
Well, we could.
And you know that if I say something, it's going to be hilarious because I'm going to, in my head, what my own timelines are going to be. It can be complete.
When were you born?
95.
Okay. Not that makes a difference, but I've got a guy at work who, like, literally nothing existed before he was born. Like, he's like, you asking me a question about it, so I don't know about it. I was not born then. So, okay, so everything
then.
started from that point.
That went onwards.
Right.
Oh, that's brilliant.
Okay, are you going to be okay with Jet? I feel like it was 80s.
So my gut was going to say 82. My gut.
Okay, I'm going to go late. I'm going to go later. Then I'm going to go 86.
What? Are you thinking of the same song?
Well, I know the song.
Yeah.
Dun, dun, dun,
Dun, dun, dun.
Yeah.
dun, 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 dun.
It's probably noughties, isn't it?
I'm going to give you a clue. It's definitely not 80s.
Oh dear. 92.
92.
I'm just going to go 10 minutes.
It does have a 2 in it.
All right, so we've both got nil point. Go on then.
2003.
Oh, see, I thought it was kind of a...
Oh yeah, me too.
You know that 2007 sound we were talking about?
Oh, yeah.
That was the start of it.
I know the song well, but I think I was... Do you know what confused me? And when I went to 80s, is I immediately, as soon as you said Jet, I was like... I thought of Joan Jett, and then I couldn't get that out of my head, and I was like, well, that's...
My logic was just my gut went 80s, and I was like, okay then, let's pick a number. 1 to 9.
I feel like you got swayed by me going, I'm thinking 80s.
Okay, well, I'll guess first this time.
I'm not going to do that and then let you go 82. I'm going to go 2003.
I honestly was going to say 80s, just everyone. I'll guess first this time, and you can see how bad my logic is.
Okay, all right.
My own reasoning.
Neil Poir, then. Go on, Alex, you can go next.
Oh, am I going to pick?
Yeah,
okay. Lionel Richie, Dancing on the Ceiling.
Oh, good choice.
I like a bit of Lionel on this show.
Yeah. After Commodores, so early 80s, and it's got that twinkly sound in it.
That didn't exist, obviously, until a certain point.
No, but like it's got that synthy.
I wasn't
Yeah.
born then, so it wasn't great until afterwards, right?
Right, I reckon
Dancing
it's
on the
actually...
Ceiling.
I think it's later than I thought it was going to be. I reckon it's about 89.
89, okay.
Oh,
89.
I saw him in like 96 and he played it, so it's like definitely before 96. It's definitely
He's going to be like, I'm thinking 80s again, but now I'm going to go like 2008.
my logic was completely flawed. I was like, we definitely didn't write it in 97 because we definitely heard him play it in 96.
96.
You said 89?
Yeah.
Oh, I'm going to be tactical and go 88 then. Not that it makes a difference, because it's not like the nearest, is it? It's like it's either 88 or it isn't. Go on then.
Both of you are wrong.
What a shocker.
It was 1986.
96? That's
Yeah.
quite early, isn't it? Alright, so my song is Midnight Train to Georgia.
Oh, Gladys. Oh, I keep listening to this song a lot.
It's one of my favourite songs ever written.
Oh, I've got no idea.
You know the song, right?
Yeah.
Ooh. Right, I reckon...
Purely, it's got like the best backing vocals in any song, I reckon.
It does. You still got to listen to Love Overboard by Gladys Knight. Honestly, it goes, Gladys, Gladys. Ooh.
Oh, amazing.
So good. You'll love it. Right, Midnight Train to Georgia. Right, he's got a car in the song. Because he sells his car. Yeah, so no, I'm
19th
thinking...
century then, definitely.
Yeah, because I'm just trying to think, when would everybody have had a car? Right? Yeah, so, because early stuff like Grapevine, tail end of the 50s, early 60s.
But you're thinking Grapevine was before they had telephones.
No.
Heard it through the grapevine.
No, because obviously Marvin Gaye covered it a lot later.
Yeah.
And her version was like more of a 50s kind of swing kind of version of it. Right, so, because in the song he sells his car and then he gets the train back. So that's what's making me think it's a bit later than I thought it was. So I reckon 1967.
I got no idea. My gut was like 1940. I was like, and then my logic was like, no, stop it. That is way too early. I'll go 59. But that's still probably way too early.
73.
Oh wow.
It's too early.
I'm so bad at this.
Still no points.
No.
It's hard, isn't it?
It's really hard.
It is hard. S Club Party.
I'm going to go 2001.
That was like one of their first songs, wasn't it? Were they S Club 7 then? Can I have a little hint?
They were S Club 7.
Oh, I saw a poster the other day for S Club 3. How sad is that?
I think I've got tickets. I've got tickets to the pub. They've like got a pug fest in Windsor, and they're playing. And so are the Cheeky Girls. If we remember the Cheeky Girls, like the one-hit wonder. Yeah, like the S Club.
A few songs, Cheeky Girls.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry, Cheeky Girls. If you're listening, I apologise. I only heard one song.
They had a Cheeky Girls, and they had a cheeky Christmas song as well.
They did have a cheeky Christmas.
Oh.
No, I think you're not far off with that.
I would go with either 2000 or 2001. I loved S Club 7, by the way.
I was at uni. My last year at uni, this is how old I am. My last year at uni was 2001. I definitely remember dancing to it in a club in Sheffield.
So like quick funny anecdote. This is actually like a little heartbreaking memory for me. My mum bought me tickets to see S Club 7 in Wembley, and I was so excited. Right, first gig ever I went to see. They finished and went, by the way, we're breaking up. This is the last performance you'll ever see again.
Oh,
and that was it. And I was like, Mum, is this true? Like, They're coming back, right? She's like, okay,
Oh, that is sad.
I'm going to stick to my guns. I'm going to say 2001, although for some reason I feel like I want to say 2000. But I'm gonna say
99.
2001.
99.
Yes, I got a point finally after like 7 episodes.
Yay!
Alright, so I'm in the lead then. Go on then.
Well,
You're going.
millennium year.
Okay. Kate Nash Foundations.
Oh.
Oh,
This was
hang
so
on.
she came straight after Lily Allen and just basically copied the whole fucking sound. didn't she?
I'm a Lockney.
Yeah.
Yes.
Wait, I want to say I'm just gonna go 2006.
Yeah, I feel it. I think I just started ACM when she just came out because I remember everybody copying her. But I think 2005. I'm gonna say.
Okay. Simon, what was yours? 2006 and 2005. It was actually 2007. Which is interesting because one of the other songs I put down, but obviously I'm not going to use this now, guys, because I'm telling you, but Lily Allen's LDN was in 2006. Which is interesting,
Yeah, it was around that time when everybody started doing.
Oh fuck it! Everybody
Bloody
came out singing
mock
in that
me.
way. Like, it got really annoying after a while.
Yeah, it's like, yeah, all right, you're from London. Oh no, you're from Cambridge, are you? Well, I thought so.
Okay, Like a Virgin.
Oh,
I'm going to go with 89.
Oh, see, I was going to say 89, but I reckon 87.
84.
Damn, well early.
A lot
well
younger.
early.
A lot younger than that.
Damn. Call Me, Blondie.
Call me.
I like that song. I like
That one,
Blondie.
yeah.
Yeah, pretty good.
That's good.
Surprised myself.
Add it to the rec.
Yeah. That's good on the set list. And his mind, you can see his mind. Oh, that's just opened up a whole new
Straight after
can of
Alex's
worms.
song. Blondie. Well, she was 80s, wasn't she, Blondie? Well, mind you, she could have been at late 70s.
I was thinking late 70s.
Why don't you go with late 70s? I'll go with what I thought. 82.
I'm going to go 79.
Oh, you're like, both of you are like either side. It was 1980.
Ah.
Yeah, wham, bam on it.
Okay. Single Ladies. Beyonce.
Queen. Right, hang on, when did that come out? Let me think. I was definitely still at ACM because I saw the Thomas the Tank remix of it.
I say I was really surprised with the date on this.
I reckon it's
I was going to go 2008.
2008.
Yeah.
Both locked in at 2008.
Yeah.
I was
What's 2008?
Oh,
Well done. Yeah, I thought it was earlier than that.
Amazing.
So we're all on 1 point.
Right, I did choose some really weird stuff, right? You might not remember it, but there's a song called Butterfly by Crazy Town.
Sing it.
Never heard of it.
You're my butterfly, sugar, baby. That
Oh
one.
yeah, no, I do. I know them. Yeah, I know that. It's got a really cool, like the instrumental to it's awesome.
You get a bonus point if you can tell me where the instrumental.
Oh no, I don't know.
Let's guess the year first, and then
Well, I'm just gonna pick and then you can pick round it.
I mean,
So
I've
you've never heard of
I've
it?
never heard of it.
89.
You're probably going to throw me off completely. Like, I'll say 80s, but actually it was like 86.
1999.
Jeez.
Wow.
Wow. You've got an excuse.
And the instrumental was written by John Frusciante.
Really? From
And-
Chili Peppers?
Flea, because it's from the Mother's Milk album.
Oh,
It's
is it?
Pretty Little Ditty.
Oh yeah, it is.
Yeah.
I thought of that.
Which
There you
is
go.
quite, yeah, so they just sampled it.
Oh, wow.
I like that. Bit of trivia.
Yeah, it's pretty cool.
Paradise City, Guns N' Roses.
Oh.
Legend. 87.
I'm going to be controversial actually. I'm going to say 1990.
It's 1987.
Yes.
Woo! Well done, Si.
You were sitting like less than like a foot away from the vinyl single.
Yeah, we're not cheating here.
In the middle of that thing, if you just gone like that, you would. Crazy Little Thing Called Love.
I'm going to say 86, but it might be later.
I'm going to say something that's probably going to be hilarious. I'm going to go 79.
79.
Is it?
Yeah?
Yes! Amazing.
I've only got one more left.
Yep, that's cool.
This song is called The Middle. It's by Jimmy Eat World.
Oh, I know the band Jimmy Eat World.
Yeah,
but
I've heard of them.
and I probably know the song, to be fair. I reckon it's probably, I'm going to say like 96.
I'll go 93.
It's a lot later. 2001.
Ooh.
Really?
I wouldn't have said that.
I.
Oh, Well, there you go. Throw me that. Okay, cool.
It's crazy, isn't it?
Go then, Alex. What you got for us?
Everyone's favourite and slightly controversial Christmas song. All I want for Christmas.
Brilliant. I love the fact that you planned this before this episode. It's actually
All I want for
so-
Christmas is you, Mariah Carey, or Jesus Christ, depending on which version you listen to.
Well, Mariah's version was more popular than Jesus's, but
Not anymore. She can't really sing now, can she?
what I want
Bless
for
her.
Christmas is gold, frankincense, and myrrh. Not really that relatable, is it?
Or a house, because
Yeah,
they like
or a
living
house,
in
Somewhere to live.
somewhere to live.
I'm going to say 90s.
A real dad.
Oh my god.
I'm going to say 95.
Okay.
Oh God. Sorry, I was in the.
Stop
I was
like
in, I'm thinking of the other version.
Yeah.
The Mariah Carey version, I think it was. Oh man, I don't know. I was definitely working in a shop when it was out. So
Listening to it every day.
Yeah.
yeah,
Over the
Christmas.
Christmas
I'm
period.
working retail at Christmas.
Yeah.
Like, kill me.
Yeah. Especially because they now start in like September, the Christmas like songs in retail. Like
I think 95 is a good shout. I'm gonna go 94.
94.
Yeah, well done.
On fire.
On fire.
So this is academic because I'm on 3 points, so no one can catch me other than Alex. So I'm definitely
probably-
joint winner.
There's probably not a chance of me catching you, to be fair.
Okay, Surfing USA.
Oh,
You know some?
yeah.
It's hard because it's quite timeless.
It is, yeah.
I'd go 83. I'm probably completely out, but
Gonna say 60. Right, hang on, I'm trying to think. It was a rip off of the Chuck Berry, which was 55, 56. So early 60s, 62. I don't know. I'm gonna say 62, but it's probably wrong. It's definitely wrong. I can feel it in my bones.
63.
Damn!
oh,
You got the 3 right?
I got the 3 right. Just way
20
too
years
late.
out.
Yeah, just 20 years. Worry about it.
Damn it!
Oh dear, that is brilliant.
In case the train ignored that answer, it obscured that answer, it was 63. So
Woo! 63.
only 20 years out. That's fine.
Yeah, it's alright. I'll get there. I'm getting there closer.
You are, no, that's
Closer and
pretty good to be fair. You weren't born, so it doesn't exist.
It didn't exist, exactly.
No, because I'd say I wasn't born either.
I'm not saying you were.
I think we've probably, if anyone is actually still listening, we've probably reached a natural
I think so.
Yeah?
I would say climax in the
Climax.
loosest sense of the word.
Don't know when anyone ever says the word climax. Have you seen Dumbo?
Yeah,
The like Disney movie.
Mm-hmm.
with
don't
them?
make Dumbo sexual, please.
No, not like that. Not like that. Jeez Louise, what's wrong with you? No, like when he's like
The sheer panic. That was my childhood film. Don't make it like that.
the
Very
little
Dumbo.
mouse is trying to get him in the show, isn't he? And he like goes up to the circus master and he's sleeping and he whispers in his ear and he's like, "You need a climax," like that. And then he like repeats it in his sleep and he goes, "Climax," like that. Like that's what I always think of.
We're going to lead out with one of your songs, if that's alright.
Awesome. Thanks
Um,
for having me, guys.
That's alright, it's been fun.
Yes,
It's been good.
So much.
So thanks for listening. And this is Nothing About Me.
Nothing about me, yeah.
Yeah.
Cool.
Cheers.
Sunlight beating on my face, knowing things are gonna be okay. 2 sugars in my cup of tea, yeah, that's all I need. nothing about me. So it ends, another chapter closed. No more baggage, now I'm flying solo. No more chances in a different life, 'cause you knew nothing about me. You thought I lost my mind, always 2 steps behind. You don't know nothing about me, 'cause I'm not gonna change. You try to play the game, you don't know nothing about me. You don't know better, I ain't gonna hate you. You don't know nothing about me. It doesn't really matter, these memories are scattered. You don't know nothing about me. Nothing about me. Nothing about me. You don't know better, I ain't gonna hate you. You don't know nothing about me. It doesn't really matter, these memories are scattered. You don't know nothing about me. Nothing about me.